The Chicago Cubs are acquiring Houston Astros outfielder Kyle Tucker in exchange for third baseman Isaac Paredes, pitcher Hayden Wesneski and prospect Cam Smith, sources told ESPN's Jeff Passan. Tucker, 27, has a career .870 WAPS over 7 seasons with the Astros. He's entering his final year of team control, which means he'll be a free agent after next season, and is likely to make around $18 million through the arbitration process. He'll become the Cubs' starting right fielder with Seiya Suzuki relegated to designated hitter duty, at least for now. The team still employs INF/Evgeny Bellinger, but he's likely to be moved in a separate trade, sources told ESPN. Editors picks MLB free agency tracker. Keep up with the off-season moves. ESPN Tucker played in only 78 games last season due to a shin injury, but will still be the Cubs' best player. The team has been searching for star-quality production on a fencer, and they might have found it in the three-time All-Star, who finished 5th in AL MVP voting in 2023. Paredes, 25, spent a half-season with the Cubs after being acquired from the Rays in July. He'll likely serve as our replacement for Alex Beckman at third base if he leaves Houston via free agency. Paredes is a dead pull hitter, useful for the short left field fences at Minute Maid Park. He hit 19 home runs last season and has a career .755 OPS over 5 big league seasons. Wesneski, 27, had appeared in 68 career games for the Cubs, including 22 as a starter. He has a career .393 ERA pitching as a swingman over the past 3 seasons. He was acquired from the Yankees at the summer trade deadline in 2022. Smith, 21, was the 14th overall pick out of Florida State in last year's amateur draft. He made headlines during his short pro debut, hitting home runs in 6 straight games for Single and Myrtle Beach in August. He played mostly third base in college. Sponsored You may, like most Android owners, didn't know how to block ads. Do it now. First security tips fes. Ces canapés sent maintenant disponibles à presque moitié prix. Canapés liens de recherche by Tabula terms of use et privacy policy interest-based ads copyright ESPN Enterprises, Incorporated all rights reserved. Yankees acquire closer Devine Williams from Brewers. Play Yankees acquire relief pitcher Devine Williams, 1 o'clock, George Castillo, ESPN start writer the 13th of December 2024, 1:02 p.m. ET. Share likely open extended reactions like via 1.4K. The New York Yankees acquired closer Devine Williams from the Milwaukee Brewers in exchange for left-hander Nestor Cortes, prospect Caleb Durbin and cash considerations, the teams announced on Friday. A 2-time All-Star, Williams has established himself as one of the premier relievers in baseball over the past 5 seasons behind an elite changeup known as the Airbender, posting a 1.83 ERA in 97 career relief appearances. Advertisement: he will slide into the back end of a Yankees bullpen that lost Clay Holmes to free agency, could also lose free agent Tommy Kennel, and will feature Luke Weaver, a revelation in 2024. It could, however, be for just 1 season, because Williams is slated to become a free agent next winter. Editors picks MLB free agency tracker. Keep up with the off-season moves. ESPN money motivated Milwaukee to move Williams. The cost-conscious Brewers avoided arbitration with Williams a year ago by signing him to a 1-year, $7.5 million contract with a club option to potentially avoid arbitration in 2025. Milwaukee declined the $10.5 million option in November, knowing Williams' injury truncated 2024 season would net him a smaller salary in arbitration. But they chose not to wait until arbitration to move Williams, extracting value in the off-season and avoiding any in-season complications before inevitably being outbid for his services in free agency next winter. After making his Major League debut in 2019, Williams won the National League Rookie of the Year award in 2020 as the Brewers' setup man after allowing 1 earned run in 22 games in the COVID-shortened season. Williams, 30, remained a setup man for closer Josh Hader until Hader was traded to the San Diego Padres in July 2022. In his first full season as closer in 2023, Williams pitched to a 1.53 ERA with 36 saves across 61 games. The right-hander missed the first 4 months of the 2024 season with a stress fracture in his back before returning in late July in his usual dominant form, posting a 1.25 ERA with 14 saves and a 43.2% strikeout rate in 22 games. But his season and, ultimately, his Brewers career ended on a low note when he surrendered 4 runs in 2/3 of an inning in the deciding Game 3 of the NL Wild Card Series against the New York Mets, including a go-ahead 3-run home run to Pete Alonso in the 9th inning. Like Williams, Cordes' tenure with his former club ended on a low. The veteran starter, who turned 30 on Tuesday, was at the center of trade rumors in July, and he landed on the injured list in September with an elbow flexor strain and finished the regular season on the IL. He chose to risk further injury by returning to pitch in the World Series and gave up a walk-off grand slam to Freddie Freeman on his first pitch in Game 1. In Cords, the Brewers receive an established starting pitcher also 1 year from free agency. Cords, who was drafted in the 36th round in 2013, emerged as a reliable starter in 2021 and an all-star in 2022. Injuries sabotaged his 2023 season. He was healthy in 2024, pitching to a 3.77 ERA and finishing second on the Yankees in innings pitched despite his injury in September. Durbin, 24, is a prospect on the doorstep of his major league debut with an unusual profile. He's a 5'6" former Division III player at Washington University. He can play multiple positions, second base, shortstop, third base and center field, and is a threat on the base, stealing 110 bases in his 4-year minor league career. A 14th-round draft pick in 2021, Durbin set the Arizona Fall League record with 29 stolen bases and was named the league's breakout prospect of the year in November. The Yankees placed him on their 40-man roster shortly thereafter. Yankees manager Aaron Boone and general manager Brian Cashman said they expected Durbin to play a role on the big league club next year. He'll have a chance with the Brewers instead. Sponsored. You may like the quickest way to remove all ads on your Android. Do it now. First security tips fes. Ses canapés sent maintenant disponibles à presque moitié prix. Canapés liens de recherche by Taboola terms of use et privacy policy interest-based at manage privacy preferences copyright Espin Enterprises, Inc. All rights reserved. Garrett Crochet feels big relief following trade to Red Sox. Play the numbers behind Boston's trade for Garrett Crochet, 047, Associated Press the 13th of December 2024, 4:24 p.m. ET. Share likely open extended reactions like 18 Boston. Garrett Crochet quickly realized he had a numbers issue following his trade to the Boston Red Sox. He had worn no. 45 with the Chicago White Sox since his major league debut in 2020, and the pitcher was dealt Wednesday to a team that retired the number for Pedro Martinez in 2015. Yeah, that's one of the first things that I realized after the trade went through, Crochet said Friday. His next few choices also were unavailable. Editors picks MLB free agency tracker. Keep up with the off-season moves. 1 Hespen Red Sox get Crochet, sent prospects to White Sox. 1 Jeff Passan. I wore 34 in college, so that one was retired, he said, thinking back to his time at Tennessee. Other than that, I never really picked a number since high school, and in high school I wore no. 14, which I also believe was retired. Boston retired no. 34 for David Ortiz in 2016 and no. 14 for Jim Rice in 2009. Crochet settled on no. 35, unused this year and worn most recently with the Red Sox by Richard Blay, 2023, Eric Hosmer, 2022, Matt Endries, 2021, and Josh Osiak, 2020. Its last multi-user was Stephen Wright in 201319. Martinez is a Red Sox special assistant and works for the team as a spring training instructor. Having any sort of conversation with Pedro would be my ideal world, Crochet said, but I'm kind of going in with low expectations, hoping to bump into guys when I can. Crochet was acquired at the winter meetings for catcher Kyle Teal, infielder Chase Midroth, right-hander Wykelman Gonzalez and outfielder Braden Montgomery. It's a big relief, Crochet said. It takes a lot of stress out of the way of, I suppose, in spring training being curious where we're going to be living. The housing situation is tough to figure out, so it's nice to kind of be ahead of the game in that regard. Crochet was 6'2", with a 3.58 ERA and 32 starts for a White Sox team that went 41-121, the most losses for any club since 1900. The 25-year-old was picked for the All-Star team in his first season as a starter. The opportunity to play for the market of Boston, the fan base that's representing the Red Sox, is about as great of an opportunity as you can come by in this game, he said. Especially growing up, that's what you imagine it to be, is Major League Baseball, playing in the East, Boston, New York, the whole thing like that. And I grew up watching Big Papi, so it's going to be a very surreal moment to play where he played. Crochet is eligible for arbitration this off-season and next, and unless he signs a long-term deal can become a free agent after the 2026 World Series. I really haven't had much time to give it a lot of thought, he said. For me this time of year the main thing that I'm focused on is my training and getting ready for spring training.